Hi everyone, my name is Nihal, and today I'm going to talk to you all about my lesson plan on blue crabs and cannibalism. I'm currently a master's student at the Virginia Institute of Marine Science, or VIMS, and my research focuses on how disease can influence cannibalism in blue crabs, a key predator in the Chesapeake Bay ecosystem. I got my bachelor's degree from Christopher Newport University in environmental biology, and I've spent my whole life here in Virginia. This lesson is intended for 7th grade learners and can be used in any science classroom. Students will observe cannibalism in blue crabs and discuss why it occurs within the blue crab population. Blue crabs are opportunistic omnivores, which means that they can eat everything they can get their claws on, including each other. Cannibalism is a major driver for blue crab abundance in the Chesapeake Bay. So students will also assess how low prey density can provide refuge or protection from predation in blue crabs. I also want to make sure to emphasize the idea that cannibalism is a way for these blue crabs to help with competition, so that they have more access to space and food in the habitat that otherwise would be taken up. We also want to make sure that students understand how changes in the number of prey or the prey density can impact just how much cannibalism is occurring. They can do this by graphing the percent cannibalism for blue crabs through a hands-on predator-prey simulation that I will talk about shortly. Make sure to explain that we can model cannibalism using graphs and use a provided PowerPoint to give the example of with increased classroom size, we can have more students inside those classrooms. Now let's get into the predator-prey simulation for the students. Essentially, they're going to reenact scenarios of low and high density and see just how many juvenile blue crab prey they can catch. For the simulation, we're going to have two groups, a predator group and a prey group. Make sure that you have one predator and one prey partner, and that way they're going to work as a pair through the worksheet. Also, when they switch from a low to a high density scenario or vice versa, make sure that these students switch their roles. Prey are going to always be the ones to scatter the blue crab cutouts for the predators to then go ahead and collect. Make sure that all predators have their eyes closed while the prey are scattering the cutouts. Then, send the predator out one at a time to collect as many as they can. If you have a big classroom, send them all out at the same time so that nobody is sitting around doing nothing. Due to having all of the predator crabs hunt simultaneously, you'll find that you'll have to adjust the number of blue crab cutouts for the low and high density. Smaller classes are going to require fewer cutouts, otherwise they're not going to notice a difference in that percent cannibalism between low and high. After both simulations, average the class cannibalism rates separately in the two scenarios, so one for low and one for high density, and plot them on the graph in the worksheet. Discuss how it becomes harder for the adult crabs to find juvenile crabs at low density, and apply what the students observed by having them answer the questions on the back of the student worksheet. This is an example of what an expected blue crab model will look like in our two prey density scenarios. Now that the simulation is over, it's important to summarize the key points, and you can find this in the PowerPoint that will be provided. Essentially, we want to make sure that students understand that blue crabs can increase cannibalism when there are more juvenile crabs around. Prey use low-density refuge to avoid predators since it's harder for predators to find them. And that lastly, ecosystems will rely on competition to remain balanced. Otherwise, all resources are going to be used up, and the individuals within the population will not survive when they cannot hide from predators.